guys, and welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are part of my community Discord and are following the streams whenever they are live, you already know that I was gone for a week as I had to finish my studies in Bulgaria. However, I'm now back and we're gonna resume our work in New World. As we all know, the new Season 3 just dropped and it's super exciting to see. In the game, there are many different changes, and looking into PvE, PvP, everything is super different. The question we all ask ourselves is, are still our favorite weapons being viable and good as they were in the past? The same question I asked myself about my Fire Staff Ice Gauntlet Critical build, and I'm gonna show you guys what I think about it. Before going into further details, guys, about the builds, I want to share with you my honest and short feedback related to the new DLC that we received from AGS. Of course, as we all know, AGS are known for making some mistakes on launches or patches or whatever they are actually uploading to the game. This time it was not a different case, as we all know what happened with the servers and their stability. Of course, the queue times were back since the hype was really high as well, and of course the answer from AGS was not to open enough servers or to increase the capacity on time. The server that I'm currently playing, which is Aru, is now increased to 3000 population. However, that's not the case for many of the other servers. As you can imagine, with such high number of players on a single zone, which would be of course the new one since the MSQ is there, it would cause a lot of lag and instability in the connection. If you get disconnected and you are unlucky, you might end up again in a high queue, which will slow you down for a few hours. Of course, those problems were expected, but it's always not a pleasant surprise when you get into such high queues. On the positive side, I'm safe to say that we received a lot of quality of life changes, which are extremely good for all the returning or new players into New World. We can finally hope that we will receive a more stable community and more stable player base that will continue play the game and not drop it into 1 or 2 weeks after the patch. I think that some of those changes are related to the mount system, the differences in the quests that we receive in the lower level zones, and as well, of course, the variety of different PvP and PvE actions. The biggest change, in my opinion, that is for all the veterans out there or the players who were already into the PvP in New World before the patch, is of course the changes to the perks and their system. I think that nowadays it's really hard to say which perk is the best, and there is no longer perks as shirking fortification, for example, in its beginning, when everyone and everywhere it was used for. I think that nowadays it's pretty hard to choose a single perk and say that's the best for all the classes out there. For example, heal on the armor could be considered as one of the best, but if you want to increase your damage potential, you can safely drop it if you are playing from a range. A good example for big variety into the builds are as well the artifacts. And as I said that I would mention the artifacts and the builds about the Fire Ice Critical build, I would just go really fast over the 3 potential candidates which I think will be the best suit for this build. The first and the best in my opinion are the medium pants that you receive from the quest line. They will give you a lot of attribute points and they are a really nice pair to use for this build. The second could be the medium chest that is giving you an extra cooldown reduction as you are capped to 4 pieces of refreshing, and the third of course is the boots that are giving you a lot of healing and empower whenever you dodge enemy attacks. And just before ending the video, guys, I know that you think, oh, but he told us about the armor artifacts. What about the jewelry and the weapons? Well, since there is no artifact for an ice gauntlet and the artifact for fire staff is complete trash, I would not even consider them at all for this season unless they bring out a nice Gauntlet artifact which is worth it. For the jewelries, I would give you just a hint that at the end of the seasonal pass you have the perfect piece of jewelry for your build. What perk I'm gonna choose on it, you're gonna find out on the next video. Please don't consider the amulets because they are mainly for melees or bruisers, and the ring, which is taking 25% of your damage into conversion 25% lifesteal, is not really worth it for a mage. Thank you guys so much for watching. Apologies for the really short video, but I'm still rusty for this 1 week vacation that I had. So please make sure that you follow me on Kick, join the Discord, and we're gonna have some fun in the following weeks. The builds are on their way, so don't miss them out.